Welcome. It's Domain Dave from cheapwinefinder.com with another podcast for a wine review we put on the cheapwinefinder.com website. And today it's the Trader Joe's Reserve Syrah Wahluke Slope Organic 2021. The Wahluke Slope is one of the AVAs inside the Columbia Valley. Columbia Valley is actually a desert. They need irrigation for a lot of these vineyards. The Wahluke Slope is the warmest of the AVAs. It's kind of off to the side. It's between some mountains and a river valley. It's got about 20 vineyards and 2 wineries and 3 production facilities, if I have those numbers right. Most of the grapes go elsewhere to other wineries who aren't in the Wahluke Slope, but that doesn't mean there's something wrong with the grapes. They routinely get 100-point wines here, especially their Syrahs, and they're well known for Syrah and Merlot, which is good because this wine is 96% organic Syrah and 4% Merlot. Now, the Ferris Flyer does not say that the Merlot was organic, which is kind of, I don't know if they just left it off accidentally. The USDA says a wine to be organic has to be 100% organic, but the bottle says this wine was, what does it say? Certified organic by the California Certified Organic Farmers, which isn't necessarily USDA. So maybe the 4% isn't organic if you care that much about organic wine. The one weird thing about organic wines is wine buyers don't pay extra for organic wine. Vineyards grow the grapes organically because they think that's what's best for the grapes and what's best for their land. It's the way that used to be before, like pesticides from the 40s, everything was organic. So this isn't, organic's not a fake thing. It's not like natural flavors because chemicals are natural or, no glutens on an item that never ever could have had glutens. The organic, when they decide to grow grapes organically, that's because they really want to and they think that's the best thing to do. So here we have organic Syrah from the Wahluke Slope, Trader Joe's $9.99, and I'm going to take a sip and we're going to talk about it. First of all, the thing I'm happy about is I read the tasting notes on the Ferris Flyer, and they mentioned like olives and wood log, and I'm thinking, I don't know if I'm not that crazy about olives out of wine, much less in wine, and I don't know if I want to taste a wood log. And it's like I don't know who wrote these. They're tasting notes, but luckily I didn't taste any of that, and it's kind of Syrah can be jammy and it can be sleek depending on where it's grown. One of the things about Syrah, and it's a wine from the Rhone Valley of France. The northern Rhone is just all Syrah wines, and they're all pretty expensive. It's hard to find one for less than $40. The southern Rhone is less expensive, and you can find wines there for under $20, and you find it. Often you can find Syrah wine, but usually with Grenache and maybe Mourvedre, the GSM. And a lot of those are reasonably priced, and the Chateau Neuf du Pape is the expensive stuff. And there the Syrah is jammy and the Grenache is sleek and dark, and they go together well. What one grape has what the other one doesn't, and that's fine. But this is the Merlot is here probably just to add another flavor and cut the edges off things. Merlots tend to soften wines up, so a little 4%, that's probably what they're thinking. Don't know because I wasn't there. But this is kind of a sleeker. It's not sleeker wine. It's not as jammy. It does have good fruit. It has raspberry, it's got strawberry, it's got blueberry, a little bit of blackberry. It's got a couple different kinds of spices. It's maybe some black pepper. Just another sip, and luckily for me, no olive or wood log, whatever that is. Sometimes tasting notes, I think my tasting notes can get odd, but Some of these are weird. And it's a really kind of nice Syrah. I would imagine if this was in a store somewhere, DNA Cellars made it for them. They are actually the person who's in charge of DNA Cellars is one of the leading winemakers in Mendocino County, and they have a Mendocino vineyard and a Sonoma vineyard, but this is something they purchased from Washington State. Guy's got 40 years experience in wine. So this is not, sometimes you never know with these, if the company who made it had their apprentice make it for you or whatever. This is a guy who knows what he's doing and been doing it for 40 years. So your winemaker from DNA, if you see DNA on it, and they do a lot of wines that are, for stores, for restaurants, whatever. They do private label wines, a lot of them. And plus they have their own labels who get 90 points. So there you go with that. So this is a good wine. I actually think that if you laid it down, if you had the ability to lay it down for a year, maybe a year and a half, it would be better than it is now. Not that it's bad, it drinks okay now. It doesn't need to be laid down, but it probably could use a little bit of it. And just soften things up and smooth things out. And that's it for me, Domain Dave, the Trader Joe's Reserve Syrah Wahluke Slope Organic 2021. Like us, we like your podcast, if you will. Stay safe and warm and keep it cheap. And I'll talk to everybody in a couple of days. Adios. Bye-bye.